He was a unifier, a lawgiver, a visionary who connected East and West like never before. He was also a destroyer of worlds, a conqueror whose campaigns led to the deaths of millions, reshaping the demographic landscape of entire continents. This is the story of Genghis Khan, a man of staggering contradictions whose legacy is as complex and debated today as it was 800 years ago. Was he a bloodthirsty monster or a brilliant genius who laid the foundations for the modern world? Born around 1162 with the name Temujin, the boy who would become Genghis Khan entered a world of brutal hardship on the unforgiving Mongolian steppe. His early life was a constant struggle for survival, marked by betrayal, enslavement, and the murder of his father. These formative years forged in him an iron will and a profound understanding of loyalty and tribal politics. He didn't just survive. He learned to thrive in an environment where the slightest weakness meant death. Through sheer charisma, strategic genius, and an unmatched ability to inspire loyalty, Temujin began to unite the fractious and perpetually warring Mongol tribes. He built alliances through diplomacy and marriage, but when that failed, he used ruthless force to bring his rivals to heel. By 1206, he had accomplished the impossible. He had unified all the peoples of the Mongolian plateau under a single banner. At a great assembly, or Kurultai, he was proclaimed Genghis Khan, the universal ruler. This was not just a new title. It was the birth of a new nation and a new empire. With the Mongol tribes united, Genghis Khan unleashed his armies upon the world. The military machine he created was unlike anything seen before. His warriors were masters of horsemanship and archery, capable of covering vast distances with incredible speed. They employed sophisticated siege warfare, psychological tactics, and a highly disciplined command structure. Their campaigns were meticulously planned and executed with terrifying efficiency, leading to the subjugation of powerful empires in China, Central Asia, and beyond. The sheer scale of the destruction is difficult to comprehend. Cities that resisted were often razed to the ground, their populations annihilated. Historians estimate that the Mongol conquests may have resulted in the deaths of tens of millions of people, a staggering percentage of the world's population at the time. From this perspective, the image of Genghis Khan as a monster is not just understandable, it seems undeniable. His name became synonymous with terror and devastation across Eurasia, yet this is only half of the story. To understand the man, we must look beyond the battlefield and examine the empire he built. Genghis Khan was not just a conqueror, he was a revolutionary administrator and a nation builder. One of his most significant achievements was the creation of a written legal code known as the Yasa, while the full text has been lost to history. Its principles are well documented. The Yasa established a rule of law that applied to everyone, from the lowest soldier to the Khan himself. It banned kidnapping, theft, and adultery, and it promoted a surprising degree of equality. Within his empire, Genghis Khan promoted religious freedom, a concept almost unheard of in the 13th century. He understood that a multi-ethnic, multi-religious empire could only be held together by tolerance. Christians, Muslims, and Buddhists were all allowed to practice their faiths freely, and their religious leaders were often exempt from taxation. He sought out wise men and advisors from all backgrounds, valuing skill and loyalty above ethnicity or creed. Perhaps his most forward-thinking innovation was the creation of the yam, the first international postal and communication system. This network of relay stations stretched across the empire, allowing messengers and merchants to travel with unprecedented speed and safety. A message could travel from one end of the empire to the other in a matter of weeks, a journey that had previously taken many months, if it was possible at all. This system didn't just carry official decrees, it facilitated trade, the exchange of ideas, and the movement of people. This era of Mongol-enforced peace, known as the Pax Mongolica, led to a flourishing of commerce along the Silk Road. Goods, technologies, and cultures flowed between East and West on a scale never seen before. Gunpowder, the compass, and printing techniques moved westward, while an appreciation for art, science, and medicine spread eastward. The empire Genghis Khan founded became the largest contiguous land empire in history, stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the doorstep of Europe. It connected disparate civilizations, fostering an early form of globalization that would profoundly shape the course of world history. So, how do we reconcile these two figures? It's the ruthless conqueror who brought unparalleled destruction, and the visionary leader who established laws, promoted tolerance, and connected the world? The truth is, he was both. Genghis Khan's genius lay in his ability to channel the destructive energy of nomadic warfare into a constructive force for state building. His methods were brutal, but his goals were often sophisticated. He used terror as a deliberate tool to discourage resistance and shorten his campaigns. But once a territory was conquered, he often implemented a stable and secure system of governance. His legacy forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about the nature of progress and the price of empire. Can the creation of a vast, peaceful, and interconnected world justify the immense human suffering it took to build? The world we live in today still bears the imprint of his actions. The trade routes he secured laid the groundwork for future global networks. The political and cultural connections he forged helped to end the isolation of many civilizations. Ultimately, Genghis Khan defies simple categorization. He was a product of his violent time, and he used that violence to transcend it, creating something new and historically momentous. Killed millions. Yet he also established an empire that, for a time, made the world smaller, safer, and more connected. The duality of Genghis Khan, the destroyer and the creators, what makes him one of the most compelling and controversial figures in all of history. His story serves as a powerful reminder that the past is rarely black and white. To continue exploring the complex legacies of history's most fascinating figures, be sure to subscribe to Historical Repos.